Good day, my name is Alejandro Mendez. I'm a football video analyst, and today we're breaking down Iraq versus Norway. 4-1, and this is Norway's first World Cup in 28 years. And they announced their return to the biggest stage in football with a statement. Erling Haaland, in this World Cup debut, scored twice. Martin Ødegaard was everywhere, and Norway looked every inch the dark horse everyone said they were. But we also need to talk about Aymen Hussein and the moment that brought an entire nation to tears because before Haaland scored his first World Cup goal, Iraq, a country that hasn't been at this tournament in 40 years, scored theirs. And that goal meant more than any of the four goals that Norway put past them. This is the full story of Norway 4, Iraq 1. First of all, we need to talk about Ståle Solbakken, the 57-year-old coach, the Norway's most successful club coach turned national team manager. He arrived at the Gillette Stadium with the most potent attacking partnership at this World Cup in Norway's history, Haaland and Ødegaard. In qualifying, Norway won all 8 matches, scored 37 goals, conceded 5, and they were built to destroy teams at this level. His system, a fluid 4-3-3 that allows Haaland to roam, Ødegaard to dictate, and Nusa to terrorize on the right, is one of the most exciting in this World Cup football. Facing him, Graham Arnold, the 61-year-old Australian coach, the man who guided the Socceroos to the 2022 World Cup quarterfinals and has now repeated the feat with Iraq. This is Iraq's first World Cup since 1986. 40 years, an entire generation, Arnold built this team on defensive resilience, counter-attacking directness, and the local point of a 33-goal international striker, Aymen Hussein. He came to the Gillette Stadium knowing Norway would dominate the ball, and his job was to keep it tight, thread it on the back, and make every moment of possession count. Now, if we talk about the formations, Norway came with a 4-3-3 with Nyland in the goal, Ryerson at the right, Hegem, Ajer, and Wolf in the left. The midfield three were Arsene, Berg, and Martin Ødegaard, and the front three were Nusa, Sorlot on the right, and Erling Haaland as a center attacking striker. And Iraq came with a 4-5-1. It's a really solid defensive block. The goalkeeper was Hassan, back four for Doski, Tassen, Hashim, and Hussein Ali. The midfield five were Ali Hassim, Ismail, Iqbal, Al Amari, Bayesh, and the lone striker was Aymen Hussein. The tactical contrast was stark and intentional, and Arnold set up to frustrate. Five in midfield, sitting deep, denying Odegaard to space between the lines, and a right game plan was clear from the first whistle. Absorb pressure, stay compact, and hit Norway on the counter with Hussein's physicality for the opening for Iraq. And it worked almost perfectly in the beginning. Okay? Now, my tactical takeaways from this match is that if we forget the score, if we actually forget the final score, what Aymen Hussein did in the 39th minute of this match is the image of the 2026 World Cup so far. Iraq's last World Cup was in 1986. Mexico. Now, in 3 games, they didn't have no wins, no goals, an entire generation of Iraqi football without a single moment on the biggest stage. Hussein's finish, a low-driven left-footed strike past Nyland, ended 40 years of silence, and the reaction of the Iraqi supporters in the stadium and across the country watching at home was one of the most moving things in this tournament. And the 4-1 does not diminish what that goal meant for an entire nation. Now, Haaland's World Cup debut was everything we hoped for and everything Norway needed. Erling Haaland came to this 2026 World Cup having never played a tournament. He scored 28 international goals in 2024 and 2025. He was the most anticipated player at this 2026 World Cup. And in 90 minutes at Gillette Stadium, his first ever World Cup match, he delivered exactly what the world expected. 2 goals, both clinical, both of the highest technical quality. His first goal was just a pure striker goal as well, and the second one as well was a World Cup debut goal of the very highest order. Now, Norway have 3 more group stage matches potentially available to them. If he continues at this rate, Haaland World Cup record conversation will begin very, very soon. But I'm talking about three. I'm also considering the now round of 32s, part of the group stage. But I mean, we'll see. Now, Ødegaard. The stat line for Martin Ødegaard from this match reads 1 assist, 46 passes, 8 key passes, 2 chances created from a set piece. But the statistics don't capture what Ødegaard did to Iraq's compact defensive structure. He constantly found the pockets between Iraq's midfield and the front five and the back four. He drew fouls in dangerous positions. He delivered a corner that led to Ødegaard's 76-minute header, and he threaded the pass that gave Haaland his second goal. Ødegaard is Norway's heartbeat. He's the player that every move runs through him, and the player whose decision making operates at a speed above everyone else on the pitch. In his first World Cup match, he was the best player on the field. It wasn't Haaland. For me, it was Ødegaard. Now, Norway 4, Iraq 1. Haaland with 2 goals, Ødegaard with assist and the set piece delivery, and Norway are top of Group I alongside France on 3 points. Iraq face France next, and a task that looks almost impossible on paper, but then again, 40 years ago, nobody thought Iraq would ever score a World Cup goal again. Aymen Hussein proved everyone wrong in the 39th minute at Gillette Stadium, so we don't need to rule them out. It's going to be hard, but it's not going to be impossible. And my name is Alejandro Mendez. Please subscribe for more advanced World Cup breakdowns. The next breakdown that we will have will be Argentina versus Algeria. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.